It's day 65 now of the oil spill and the cleanup situation in the Gulf not improving. This morning, Interior Secretary Ken Salazar says he will issue a new moratorium on deep water drilling after a federal judge struck down the existing one yesterday. Meantime, international help has been offered but not accepted. A lot of people are asking why. It's called the Jones Act, which prohibits international ships from operating in U.S. ports. Our next guest says it's time to waive the outdated law. Charles Djou, a Republican congressman from Hawaii, newly elected, joins me now. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Aloha and good morning.
Aloha, mahalo. And so the interesting situation that happened yesterday, the judge says, hey, you can't have this 6-month moratorium because basically you didn't prove to me that because one rig fails that all the rest will fail. What do you think about that?
You know, I think the judge was right. We've been able to safely operate these rigs for not years, but decades, and I think the president's ruling might have been a little bit overbroad. While I respect and think the president made the right decision in putting a moratorium on future creation of these rigs in the Gulf as a safe move, banning all the already existing ones and putting a lot of unemployment and economic misery on a region of the country that's already reeling, I don't think was necessarily prudent.
Well, the Interior Secretary Salazar says the moratorium, that he's going to come back with one today and he's going to have more proof. So we'll see how that all shakes out. In the meantime, let's talk about this Jones Act waiver. So basically, what this means is that currently international ships cannot come into U.S. waters. But doesn't this all boil down to a political discussion about unions?
Yes, you're absolutely right. This Jones Act is a 90-year-old anachronistic law. It is actually basically protectionist legislation that limits ships operating in U.S. waters to American-flagged vessels. Under normal circumstances, perhaps there might be some justification for this, but with the situation in the Gulf, we need to stop the spill, we need to clean up the mess, and we need to do everything we can to hold BP accountable. There's no reason why we should leave an arrow in our quiver in this fight to clean up this mess in the Gulf. So one of those arrows is waiving the Jones Act, allowing international help to come in and clean up what's going on there.
So are you saying that the reason that President Obama has not waived it is because he does not want to get the unions mad at him? Would that be one of the reasons?
I think that perhaps is one reason for it. I mean, I understand here in normal circumstances, perhaps you want to protect the unions over there and in shipping. But in this situation, we have such a huge ecological disaster. I think it's important that we take help from whomever and from wherever they're willing to offer it. This is a major crisis here. The president said he wants to do absolutely everything possible to fix this situation. I'm in agreement. So why are we not waiving the Jones Act to allow international help to come in and help us clean up this mess in the Gulf?
Yeah, a lot of people are asking that same question. Is it true that the Jones Act was waived for Hurricane Katrina?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. In previous crises with Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita, the Jones Act had been waived because we want to aggressively attack and fix the situation. Why we're not waiving it here with this situation, with the BP oil spill, is baffling.
All right, Congressman Charles Djou, newly elected from Hawaii, Republican. Thank you for being our guest this morning.
Thank you so much. Aloha.